what's up? Rapid back with the new haul video. Hope everyone is doing well. Just doing some small customizing work too. Added a tiny little holder. I don't even want to call it a sheath because it's just a tiny thing holding the knife in, but it's better than it was. It's a knife that comes with somebody else, but I like giving Deadpool a couple more weapons. Also, I don't know if it's the kind of gun that would use it or not, and I don't care, but I had those bullets, so I put those on the gun just to make it look like pumped out some mean bullets. And I do have to add a lick of paint to the knife harness though. And modded that Red Skull gun. Comes kind of gray and red. I just cut off a weird piece, made it more symmetrical, and colored it silver and gave it to Rocket Raccoon. So, and then for the Winter Soldier, I was just adding a few silver details, and then I added this brown strap holding a machine gun. It's not the exact strap isn't accurate, and the kind of gun that gets held in the back of the character is not accurate, but I like it. So, but anyway, as far as new scores, I did get Bespin Luke from Amazon, like I had mentioned in my last video. That came pretty quick, and I like it a lot more than I thought. I think you can't see them really, both of them, but the eyes came out good and straight, and they didn't seem to be painted too big. And he's really fun to pose, and glad I scored him when I did. So I was at Walmart, and they did have a good amount of 3 3/4 inch Black Series figures. Wanted to snag a Maru and Mara Jade, but couldn't afford them at the time, so I hid them. Might go back soon. But I did grab a second Vism. This is my second one. This one I've opened. It's a fantastic figure. One of my favorite newer Black Series figures. And they had one Mace Windu. So he's not my favorite character by any means, but it's a great figure. And Sam Jackson's great. So the rest of the stuff here I got from a trade I did with Pauly Poo Poo. Oh, by the way, I'm looking right at it with the camera. I got some more pieces to my Mandroid there. I'm just missing the head and the left leg, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, did a trade with Pauly Poo Poo, and you know, it was a great trade. He was very generous, and I can't thank him enough for the items. I traded him some cool things, and he gave me a couple extras that I wasn't expecting, but he thanked me in a note for sending my random toy box of toy goodness, so that was nice of him. And so this was an item. I didn't know what the heck it was at first, but you know, upon looking at it and looking it up online, and Polly told me a little bit about it too. It's you know, UK based comic strip that's, I think, 75 years it's been going on, and they release annuals, and they are filled with some really great comic strips, and my nephew saw it and saw the colors, and his eyes lit up, and so this will be great, something to read. I can't let him handle it though. He's not good at turning pages. He rips them, but he's getting there. So that was cool. Also, a pack of Mini-Mates. It's an older pack. And this is actually my first time seeing the old packs compared to the new ones. And some simple things have changed. You know, the figures have gotten technically better, but these two are great. There's really no reason these need an update. And the only thing I did, because the hairpiece for Power Man came off so easily, and then these series, yeah, they don't have pegs to help hold in the top piece, so I did actually glue that down. And then the Iron Fist is sick. There's a couple little bits he sent too. I think that's a Micro Machines Millennium Falcon. Something I did have back in the day, and it's cool to have another one. And a Doctor Who Lego piece here. I might be the only one in the world that is not familiar with the show, other than that it's been a long-running popular sci-fi show. And basically anything sci-fi I like, so I know if I were to get into it, I sure would enjoy it. But hopefully on the horizon I'll make time for that. I know there's a lot to watch. Another cool little item I wasn't expecting was this Impossible Man lead statue. I forgot the name of the company. Eagle Moss, yeah. They do so many of these, and they all look really great. So that's cool. Just can't let the little guy play with that one. But I'll put him up out of reach. Really nicely sculpted and painted. A very cool villain. Also, something I've never heard of. These Top Trumps Play Discover card games that there's all kinds of I guess there's all kinds of them. That's what I'm trying to say. Not just DC, but other random franchises. And the rules are simple, but it's something you can just kind of pick up and play, and they're pretty fun. The best part about it is the artwork, though. Let me open it up here. Comes in a cool case. Holds all the cards, and just grabbed random ones. You know, kind of all your basic DC characters. It's hard to do with one hand. And oh, that's one of my favorites right there. Glad the camera caught that one. So that's really cool. Yeah, I'll just put those there. So one thing I was expecting was this red Deadpool figure that was re-released recently, and for some reason only came out over in the UK. Weird that happened, but like any red colored Deadpool figurine, doesn't matter what scale, it goes up in value quick. And I had such interest in this figure and wanting to own it, and Pauly actually came upon a few of them at a store, and this one he packed away for me a little while ago, and I just can't thank him enough for it. I'm so glad to have it. The package is in great condition, which is great because I'm going to keep them on card. I have the other one obviously right there out of package. And even that one has gone up a little bit in price if you want him in on card. This guy in Boba Fett, man, this stuff is just, you gotta get lucky, be in the right place at the right time to get these things without going without dinner for a couple weeks. And as much as all the other bits and bobs were a great surprise, the fact that he threw in one of the future Foundation Dooms that he had, I was just over the moon, ecstatic. Again, I have the other Doom out of package, so it works out perfectly. I want to keep this one on card too, and he'll go on the wall. It's in some variation there. And again, thanks Pauly so much for the trade. I really appreciate it. I've been geeking out all day, and it's going to overflow into tomorrow, and can't wait to find a permanent spot for these and everything else. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. So I really want to thank everyone for commenting and watching and giving me feedback and appreciation, because it means a lot, and you guys are just so nice and a great community to have, to be a part of, and yeah, it's good stuff. Alright, so yeah, I actually had originally ended my video with the last bit of footage, but I went out today with a buddy of mine, and was all set to go check a good amount of stores, but we didn't really get a early start on getting out. Kind of got a late start because my buddy slept late, but went to Target, and I was predominantly looking for the Black Widow figure. Some other new stuff if I saw it, Black Series stuff, but they didn't have anything. So then we hit up a Walmart on the way back towards our direction, and they had some things, but nothing I didn't already have. It was a little better than Target, which I was expecting the reverse, but they did have a Spider-Man 2 display thing that caught my eye, and it's right here, as you can see. I saw it around the toy section. It wasn't up anywhere. It was in the girls' aisle, leaning against the aisle, just sitting there, and I just was like, to my buddy, I'm like, oh man, I would love to take this home. I know sometimes that stuff can happen. Movies put up posters and stuff to plug the new movies, but this was nothing too big that I felt, well, so I took it, and we started walking towards the exit, and I was just going to see what happens. As we were getting towards the exit, I saw a young lady working there, and she seems very approachable, if you know what I mean. So I went up to her and I said, look, I would love it if I could take this home. It was just hidden away in the in the girls section, not really being utilized. So she called the manager. She's never been asked that question, she said. She asked, do you like Spider-Man? And I was like, well, oh yeah. And so the manager came, and at the same time, this civilian dressed guy came. He didn't even look like he worked there, but he was walking with her. And I asked the lady who I saw first, I'm like, you know, this was just sitting around. It didn't seem to be being utilized. And before it gets kicked around any worse, it would really be good, put to good use in my collection at home. And she immediately said, I don't think we do that, or we can do that. And the other guy that was with her, and he seemed around to be my age, was like, it's just going to end up in the garbage anyway. It's fine. Take it. And the lady's like, oh, she kind of just shut up at that point. I don't think she said another word. And he's like, you know, it's totally cool. It's just, we would just throw it out. So I think he understood the whole value of wanting something like this. One of the corners is a little bent in, but it's in great condition, and I'm glad I spoke up about it, because again, it would have been a wasted trip. There was nothing there toy wise, so I was really glad I walked out of the store with this. I'm not really good with talking to people in social situations sometimes. I do what I need to do, but it's the first time I've kind of, you know, asked for something out of the ordinary at a store, but I know it's nothing that hasn't been done before. So then we were gonna check Toys R Us and my local comic book shop, and we realized what time it was, and everything was closed. Everything was closed. In fact, even a second comic book shop that was usually always open, they're now actually closed at 7 on Sundays. And so we were surprised, because we thought they were at least open till 9, and we went and stopped at one more spot at TJ Maxx just to see what they had on clearance, and they had nothing. But Barnes & Noble was right next door, so I remembered that they're known to have some goodies. So after looking around the store for a while, we finally found a lot of Star Wars stuff, and they actually had some Kotobukiya stuff. I was mainly looking for import figures, but I didn't see that this one had any. They had a lot of, you know, Game of Thrones stuff and Walking Dead stuff, and the newer Game of Thrones figures. They had Black Series 6-inch figures, just Greedo, Han, and Leia, and so they had C-3PO and R2-D2 2-pack. They had Vader, and then they had the Stormtrooper 2-pack. So I already had the Vader, and I sat there for almost 20 minutes, honestly. As long as I could, I was trying to weigh out my decision, trying to make the right one. It was either between the troopers or the droids, and I knew whichever one I didn't get, I'm gonna go get anyway, later. But as great as the droids look, and I'm gonna get them, I went with the Stormtrooper 2-pack, because that's just what I had to do. It was a real tough choice. That's all you really need to know. They were both the same price, both $80. So I don't know if that's a good price or not. Maybe I could have got it cheaper online, maybe not. I don't really care. The money that I used to pay for this was a gift, so they had an amazing Kotobukiya Batman statue, a new one that looks very Frank Miller inspired, and that was $100. So had that been a couple $20 less, I guess, that would have been a tough choice too. I would have been even more torn. So I was kind of happy it was a little more out of the price range, because, you know, I still want to get it though. But yeah, so it was just weird. We wanted to go to all these toy stores, and everything was closed. But Barnes & Noble, I guess, they stay open a little later on Sundays, and my buddy's really into anime, so he took his time looking at all the books, and it was pretty cool. So that officially ends the video, everybody. So thanks for watching, and again, everything I said before, just love the community, and thanks for showing appreciation, and I'll see you all later in the next video. Alright, peace.